shit. Jesus. Okay, hold on. Okay. Yeesh. Okay, I'll stay. I forced Willow to stay. I locked the doors. Okay. Now. Allow me to do a final thoughts segment with you all in video, okay? Let's do that. Here we go. Okay, everyone, so I have just completed my marathon stream reacting to the Internet Historian YouTube channel. We started today with a podcast at 10:45 a.m. The actual reacting to the channel started around 1 p.m. It's now 7:17 p.m., so I've been doing this for around 5+ hours. We had a meal in between there as well. And by the way, all the videos will be live here on the channel eventually. However, what I'd like to do is kind of a final thoughts deal, not only on the Internet Historian channel, but also on how the event went today, okay? Because the way I see it, I'm always listening to your guys' feedback and your input, and the thing is, we now need to start thinking about what's going to be the next long-form React event for this channel, if we want to have one. So allow me to explain what I mean by that, alright? So first of all, I do feel that today went well when it came to those who were here. I enjoyed myself. Like, I actually had a really good time chilling with you guys today, and reacting to this, because here's the truth, this was not drama at all, and I like that. The last couple long-form React events that I did were all drama. You know, a documentary about the rise and fall of Pro Jared, the rise and fall of Wings of Redemption, and all those drama videos do fine. They do usually do good, but to do something different, alright, for sure, was something refreshing and interesting, for sure. And I liked doing it. I'm happy we did something different. I didn't want to do more drama. I felt so drained after doing the Wings event last month. I really did. I was happy to say, hey, let's do something completely different and not do the same kind of content a third time in a row, alright? And by the way, I do enjoy having a whole day where we do React-style content, and I hope that you guys like it as well. You know, over the last couple of years, if you haven't noticed, I've made an effort to diversify myself, doing a podcast every morning rather than just gameplay, and now this year, 3 months ago, making this React channel and putting out various content. The long-form React event, the reason it exists, because some people have confusion. Like, why do you do this? You have a React show every week on Saturdays. Why do you do a long-form React event? Well, because in regards to certain kinds of videos, when I'm doing a clip show once a week for 3 hours, how are we supposed to react to a 50-minute video? You can't. The whole point of that show is that people are submitting clips for me to watch. We try to watch as many as possible. It's a fun variety show. But you can't watch long-form content there at all. We never would have watched a single documentary. We wouldn't have watched these kind of videos if we're only trying to cram them into the weekly clip show. So this allows me to watch much longer form content and enjoy it with my audience. I'm really enjoying doing this. I like this. But what I'm seeing is mixed reactions from my viewership. And so when that happens, I want to talk about it, and I hope that we can have a discussion about it, whether it's with the live audience today or whether it's with people on demand as well, about what you want to see for the future of this channel. What I actually like to do in this recap video is essentially tell you how I'm seeing the content on this channel doing 3 months in, alright? The weekly clip show that I do is doing well. The stream does okay, meaning it usually has a good amount of support on said stream, alright? And people are actively becoming channel members on this channel to submit the videos for that show. So because of that, that is the major support I'm literally getting for this channel. Its memberships is the kind of the lifeblood of DSP Reacts. If I didn't have that weekly clip show and there wasn't incentive for people to become a member, then this channel wouldn't be profitable for me. And it would kind of be a failed venture. But because I made it that way, and by the way, the other cool thing is that if you're a member, you get access to these streams right away as an archive, while everybody else who's not a member has to wait for the on-demand videos to come out over the course of the week, you see? So there's a double benefit to being a member. So definitely that ability and those features are really what's supporting the channel the most. So the weekly clip show is doing well. It's funny because some people have said to me, well, the views have gone down on the show. Well, you're right, but the views don't matter. I don't really make anything on views on that clip show. Why? Because all those videos get claimed on YouTube. Literally every one. So it doesn't matter if I have 20 billion views on a video. I make nothing on it. So I don't care if it's popular in views. I care about if there's people who want to support that show to continue to exist through memberships. And they do. So that's awesome. Okay? I'm also trying to do some reviews every week. And it's kind of been hit or miss with the reviews. Some of the reviews I've done on movies have been popular and had a few thousand views on them. Those actually do me pretty good. They'll make me a little bit of residual money and stuff. But a lot of the reviews I've been putting out recently, they're not getting much or any traction on the channel. I'm not even getting 1,000 views on a review, and that's time invested. That's hours to watch the show, then thinking of my review, filming the review, and all that. They're not doing that well. And I don't know if it's just because there's nothing new coming out that I'm reviewing pertinently in the time frame that it's releasing. You know what I mean? Like, what new shows have come out that people are hyped for me to see me review? Nothing. Maybe later this year, that won't happen. Maybe later this year, there's a new season. Well, I think it's next year's Stranger Things, right? But maybe later this year, there's a show you want to see me watch live along with you, and I'll watch it every night when it's live and review it the next day. Maybe then you'd be very excited, right? But maybe it's because I'm reviewing older stuff that people just don't care. I'm not sure. You know, but at first when I was doing those reviews like 2 months ago, they were doing very well. And then all of a sudden, they kind of fell off in popularity, okay? Now, do I believe that anyone is becoming a member because of those reviews? No. So really, the only profit I make on a review is viewership and ad revenue. So it is kind of disappointing that they started off stronger, and then sadly, kind of the attention on that fell off. And I don't know why, and I don't really know how to fix that besides trying to look for newer things that I can do. Keep in mind, I don't go to the movies. I don't have the opportunity to go to the movie theater because I work so much. That's not viable. If there's something that's a new show on demand, like on Netflix or Disney Plus or HBO Max, that's viable for me to do, like I just did with The Last of Us, what was it, a couple months ago. So I guess what we'll see is, moving forward, does it make sense to do those reviews or not? I guess the question is, it's a matter of what's out there, and will they ever pick up in popularity again? If I keep doing reviews and I keep seeing dwindling returns on viewership, then I'm probably not going to keep doing them. But we'll see what happens. I'm not going to just give up on that idea or that project right now, okay? Tier Maker. The Tier Maker stuff I've done 3 Tier Makers so far. Every one of them has done great. Every single time I did Tier Maker, there was a lot of people watching, people supporting, and the videos actually did well here on the channel as well. So the Tier Maker stuff, I really don't have any complaints whatsoever. I think it's actually one of the healthiest things I'm doing on this channel. The thing is, I don't want to do them all the time. I do feel like if I do Tier Maker once a week, that's way too much. Like, maybe it's meant to be once a month as a special event, or once every other week as something interesting or special. You know what I mean? So, I wanted to keep doing the Tier Maker stuff, but keeping it as infrequent as possible is probably going to make it more interesting to you guys. I already have some Tier Makers scheduled for late in May. Well, I say around May 21st. I'm doing a special Street Fighter marathon, and during that marathon, I'm planning to do a couple of special Tier Makers that are fighting game related, okay? So I hope you'll join me for those if you can, and those will be here on the channel, but in the meantime, maybe I'll do like one more, and it'll be a random one that we'll do before then, maybe in a week, okay? And now we got the long form reacts, which is really the final piece of content for the channel. Now before we get to the long form reacts, I do want an update. I will update you guys on something. When I launched this channel 3 months ago, I told you all, my intention was that I also wanted to do a show called DSP Asks It, and this was supposed to be, an interview show. I was interested in interviewing people from all over the internet, from different parts of gaming, pop culture, and things, anyone who would want to talk to me, and just do an interview series. And I thought maybe doing it like once a month or once every other month could be something interesting for the variety of content here on the channel. In fact, I'll tell you right now, I had 2 guests line up. 2 that had agreed to be on the show. Alright? And I didn't have the means yet, like I was looking into like a Zoom call or a, what was the other one, StreamYard call or something like that. It was going to be basic, where I basically just have a conversation with them and, back and forth Q&A, and it was going to be interesting. I've never done anything like that before, so I thought that it would be neat, okay? But what happened to that idea? Well, it's basically right now it's suspended. Why? Because, I very stupidly fell for a trap. I went into an interview that I shouldn't have done. That literally, the day after the interview blew up in my face, became a big party on how to crap on Phil, and basically the entire internet, yet again, was in a tizzy on, it's time to crap on Phil. It's the crap on Phil party. Let's just do it times 1,000, right? And so when that happened, it's like, who in their right mind is going to want to be in an interview with Darkside Phil, who just got crapped on collectively by the internet for the millionth time in a row, right? So if I'm ever going to look to do that interview show, we have to let things cool down a bit to the point where I'm not looked at as, again, someone to be shat on constantly every 5 seconds. And that happens every once in a while. You know what I mean? Like, every once in a while, things cool down, and then I could probably consider doing it. So we'll see. Maybe later this year. I don't know. But that show is basically on hiatus. No one in their right mind will say, oh, that was the time to do an interview with Darkside Phil. Like, what are you, out of your fucking mind? No way. Too much drama, too much hatred and shit for that guy right now. Stay away from him. Okay? So now let's talk about the monthly long-form react events, alright? Keep in mind these started last year. Right? Things such as me reacting to the original Wings of Redemption documentary Down the Rabbit Hole, reacting to my own Down the Rabbit Hole, reacting to the John and Howard drama video from 2015, reacting to the Keemstar documentary, all these things that I reacted to. Those did well. Every time I did one of those streams, people came out in droves, they watched the streams, they supported those streams. This year, I did 3 of them so far. I did the Pro Jared documentary, I did the Wings of Redemption second documentary, and then I did this long-form react event today to Internet Historian. Let's talk about those. The Pro Jared documentary was interesting because it was a situation where that was someone who kind of also went through a bunch of shit, just like me, how I've been through the ringer over the years. Although it's nothing like the stuff that I've been, accused of or anything like that. Very different situation when it comes to the subject matter of what the drama was. But someone who was a YouTuber like me, had a great following, saw it all kind of be destroyed by internet nonsense, and then kind of had a nice redemption arc, and now he kind of quietly does his own thing. But that was a unique situation. I was able to add a lot of context, a lot of my own perspective on that one. I felt like that was a really good project to do. Did it explode in popularity? No, it did not. The stream did pretty good, though. But it didn't explode in popularity or anything like that. Then last month, you guys wanted me to do the next Wings of Redemption documentary. Alright? So I did it, and I'll be honest with you guys, I don't think it really did that well. I think doing the second Wings documentary, it's kind of like, let me put it this way. There was crazy stuff in that documentary that I didn't know. But I think what it is once you've already done the story of someone once, the follow-up doesn't really matter anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of like, well, you know it's going to get even more crazy or more drama, and it's just kind of more of the same. And at that point, I felt like I was kind of dramaed out. So, honestly, yeah, that react I did last month on Wings didn't do that well on the stream, and didn't even get as many views, from what I've seen, as the Pro Jared documentary either. Okay? So, really, it didn't do that well. And so that's why I said for this month, I don't want to do some drama stuff. I want to do a long-form react event that's very different. And I worked with you guys for weeks. We talked about it, right? And we said, what do you want to do? If it's not drama, let's talk. Should it be, you know, something that's more documentarian? Should it be something that's more funny? We discussed all these. We had options. You voted. And the one that won the vote was Internet Historian. So today we reacted to 3 of the Internet Historian videos. We reacted to the Fall of 76, which is all about the launch and the failure of Fallout 76. Then the Cost of Concordia, which was the ship disaster, cruise ship disaster. And now we just literally finished watching the Engoodening of No Man's Sky, which is kind of the failure but then redemption arc for No Man's Sky. I liked every video. I think the Internet Historian is a great YouTuber. I really enjoyed all of those. I had a great time with them all. And I think that you guys were a great audience. Overall today we had good viewership. We had good engagement. Support was actually good, except that today was a marathon. So allow me to explain what I mean. Today was the equivalent of 3 different streams for me. A podcast and 2 gameplay streams. Okay? No exaggeration. Today, we didn't do as well between the one marathon stream as I would have done between the other streams I would have done separately. Not even close. Like, this is the equivalent of maybe 1 decent stream. And I just streamed for 10 plus straight hours, which is not what I usually do. You know what I'm saying? So, in reality, the engagement was great. The viewership was quite good. But as for a business venture, this long-form react today could be considered a failure. And there's not much I can really say of it outside of that. I mean, look, we hit the tier 1 tips goal and barely made any movement. You know, we had a good amount of memberships for the channel. That's great. For DSP Reacts, that's going to help this channel a lot, having more members. So thank you for those who gifted memberships and supported in that way. Super chats, we had enough. We basically had super chats that are the same as a regular 3-hour stream on a 10-hour stream, you see? So what my question really has to be is, now that's 2 straight long-form react events we have done here on the channel. And are you guys just telling me that they're not working and you don't want them? Would you have preferred to just see gameplay today? Would you have preferred to see something, a different kind of react than what we did? Because I'm going off of the feedback that I got from you guys. You know what I'm saying? And so my question to you, which I would love feedback on, is what do you see for the future of this channel? Alright? I want your feedback on this. Do you want to continue to see once a month long-form react events? For example, next month, do you want to see another one at the end of May? If so, what do you want to see? Do you want to see the return of a YouTuber drama-style documentary from June the King or Frederick Knudsen? There's tons of them we haven't done yet that we could do, right? Or do you want to see me do more YouTuber-style? We already talked about maybe going to Defunct Land or another channel that maybe does that kind of stuff about the history of, like, amusement parks or other things like that. Would you like that? Or would you like something totally and completely different? I don't know. I need feedback because at this point, I'm really kind of lost. You know, I really do feel like the drama stuff is played out. Maybe in a month I won't feel that way because it's already been a month since we did one. Maybe in another month I'll be ready for it again. Okay, I don't know. I really enjoyed Internet Historian, and my philosophy with this kind of content has always been thus. If I'm having a good time, if you're having a good time, if there's people here who are engaging, and you know, then the support will come. 2 streams in a row now I've done long-form react. It was the Wings documentary, now this one. That didn't happen. 2 times in a row, 2 months in a row. I worked all day on a marathon, and people didn't really support it or care. So, if that's the case, then we should be doing other stuff, correct? And I'm okay with that, but I need to know what you want then. Please give me your feedback. Again, if you feel you know why these long forms are going the way they are, leave a comment on this video and let me know. Tell me on a stream, in the chat. I need feedback. I'm like Johnny 5 in Short Circuit. I need input. Input. I need the input from you. I don't want to be having entire days that you feel like are throwaway days that we could have been doing better stuff. Because the sad fact is today, instead of doing this long-form react of Internet Historian, if I had done a whole stream of Elden Ring, and I had done a nice stream of, say, Oblivion, I would have done way better business-wise than I did today. Now, maybe these videos of Internet Historian actually will do well on the channel. I don't know. I have absolutely no idea because I have absolutely no previous frame of reference or experience. Maybe people will watch these on demand and love them. And now the videos will do well. And if that's the case, then maybe for long-form react events like this, I won't be looking to be looking for crazy support on a stream. Instead, it'll be like long-term residual support after the fact. Correct? So, there you go. If that's the case then, that's awesome. But let's see what happens. Because there's no way you can predict that. The way I'm doing it is, if you are a member, on this channel, you can watch this archive stream immediately in its entirety, start to finish. But if you're not a member, I'm going to upload slowly over the course of this week. Like, I think today what I'll do is I'll upload our introductory video and the first react, which was the fall of 76. And then tomorrow, I'll release part 1 of the Cost of Concordia. And then Tuesday, I'll release part 2. Wednesday, I'll release part 1 of the Ingooding of No Man's Sky. And then Thursday, I'll probably release the second part. And maybe and then maybe Friday, I'll release the food video and this video. You see? So I'll spread it out. So each day there's 1 or 2 videos on the channel for you guys to watch. And I'm very curious to hear your input on this segment. This segment, I really need your input on it because I want to be doing what's good for this channel. I want to be doing what's good for me and my content and obviously my business. But I also want to be doing what's good for you and what you want and what you're willing to not only watch and engage with, but also support. It's obvious if I'm streaming for 10 straight hours and I'm doing way less than I would have in 2 normal streams, something went wrong. Okay? So let's talk about it. All right, I'm all ears. Because the thing is, we need to figure out what's next. Do I do a do I do another long-form react at the end of May? Or should we not do one? Should we maybe alternate and do every other month, right? That could be a possibility. Maybe we don't want to do one at the end of May, we do one at the end of June instead, and we build it up further, and we get hyped for it, and we understand what it is better. Maybe that's what we need to do, right? So I guess we'll see. Let's talk. I know we're going to have discussions about this on my podcast. I'm very curious to see what the thoughts will be here on the channel in the comments of this video when it goes live later this week. So, by all means, lend me your ears. Well, actually, no, not lend me your ears. Give me your thoughts. I want my ear. I'm lending you my ear. You give me your thought. You fill my ear with your thoughts. Okay? Now, in the meantime, thanks to everyone who was here live, because you guys were a great audience. The viewership has been great all day. I don't have a single complaint about viewership, engagement. That's all been fine today. So thank you for that. Obviously, those of you who are here, you're here to relax and enjoy, right? And I had a great relaxing day. I felt no stress today, no pressure. If you didn't notice, I really didn't keep talking about support. I didn't really, it's, I'm just going to relax and have a good time, and hopefully it'll back up again tomorrow or whatever, right? So, we'll see. We'll see how it goes, but I enjoyed it myself. I like to keep doing this content, but I don't think that I should just be doing it for me. It's got to be something that goes in tandem. Maybe just people didn't like this. I don't know, because you guys voted on this. So that's what's kind of blowing my mind is, if my mentality, my mantra is, if the engagement is there, if the views are there, then the support will come. And that's not happening. Where's that disconnect? Because it's happening on the gameplay streams. It just didn't happen twice now with the long-form react stuff. What's missing? What's the missing piece of the puzzle here that we need to find? Okay? Okay? But anyway, thank you. Live audience, you guys were great. You guys were absolutely great. I had a great time chilling with you guys today. All right? And tomorrow, we will go back to normal stuff. All right? And gameplay, which I know you guys are expecting. Fair enough? All right, everyone. Thank you very much. Please have a good evening. Please enjoy, the content here. If you've been watching this content on demand all week, I hope you enjoyed it. I certainly hope you're going to share your thoughts with me, because I really need them. And we'll talk over the course of May about what you want to do, if we're going to do a long form at the end or not. Fair enough? All right, guys. Thank you very much. Great streaming day. Until next time. Okay. That is it for anything I'm recording. I can hang with you guys for a few more minutes, but in reality, I do need to get out of here. Just listen to what I got to do tonight. You ready for this? Got to upload all this content from the whole day. And I got to upload it and schedule it out for each day so it goes live each day, published at the right time. That in itself is kind of a lot of work. I got to change my backdrop for tomorrow, because tomorrow it's going to be a new month, which means a new backdrop, so I got to do that. I got to film the daily wrap, upload that. Got to set up the schedule for tomorrow and everything, do that. Then I've been in here all day, I'm tired, I got to shower. And then finally, after all that shit is done, I can go spend some time with my wife tonight. So I probably got at least a couple of hours more work ahead of me tonight before I can get out of here, all right? I will say, thank you. It looks like I just got, I just got a super chat, a tip, okay? $10 tip from Hiseo. He says, thank you for the content. Thank you, Hiseo. I appreciate that. I appreciate your support, as always. Thank you very much. Thank you, Hiseo, for the $10 tip. I appreciate that very much. That got us up to $74 in tips. Oops. Looks like a super chat came in from Lord Prince Albert. I felt like there was good engagement in the chat. You're right, the monetary support was probably on the lower side for these react. I mean, the perspective here is, if this were one stream, if this was like a standard 3-hour gameplay stream, this would have been a good stream. But it was a 10-hour marathon. That's the perspective we have to have. There's no second stream tonight or anything to add to this. This is my whole day's work. And if I'm doing a whole day's work and I could have done 2 separate gameplay streams and they would have done much better, then I have to think about, the long-term health of my business and everything. Again, this is not just the one, this is the second one in a row. The Wings one was the same, where it was very slow all day. People were interested in my opinions, but basically it didn't do that well when it came to support during the stream, and the views on those videos don't do great either. Like, to be honest, if you look at the more dramatic reacts I've done, all right, if you take a look here. So the Wings of Redemption part 1 got like 3,000 views. Part 2 got just over 2,000. Part 3 has over 2,000. Not even 2,000 on 4 and 5, right? And then the Pro Jared, part 3 had over 3,000, like 3,300. Part 2 had about 2,000. They're almost the same. In reality, these long form reacts are doing about the same. They're not great. They're not doing great at all. They're okay for viewership, and they're good for variety for the channel as well. But again, I could have been doing gameplay. So, I don't know. I guess we'll see. Like I said, I'm waiting on feedback. I'm literally waiting on feedback on what you guys want in the long term, okay? Here's what I think. Take a look at my birthday marathon. I think my birthday marathon, now I'm not talking about overall support, because obviously it was my birthday. There was a reason why people supported it so much. But what did we do during the birthday marathon? There was tier maker stuff. We went through the entire gaming schedule and hang out for 2 hours. I was taking shots, which was funny. There was interaction in Q&A. There was a live meal. There was a birthday cake. And then at the end, we did a fantasy match in WWE. So maybe the reason the birthday event did so well is because it was variety. It wasn't just me doing one thing all day. Today, I literally reacted to Internet Historian for 5 to 6 hours. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it was too much of one thing. Because remember, the Street Fighter Hype event is coming up on May 21st. We still don't have a name for it. We got to think of a name for it. That, I'm going to be doing gameplay of old school Street Fighter that you're going to be voting to control. I'm going to be doing tier maker events that are fighting game related. I'm going to be eating snacks that my wife is making out of the Street Fighter cookbook, and we're going to have a meal together. Plus, yes, I'll be taking shots and stuff if you want during that as well. So it's, you know what I'm saying? Like, that'll be variety. Maybe it'll do better. You know what I mean? Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's more of the variety of the marathon rather than it's too much of the same. Perhaps. Let's see here. Willow did a super chat and says, "Good night. I'll see you tomorrow." Thank you, Willow. Appreciate that. Now, see, Drew Savia says, "Oh, you should always do shots during these marathons." No, if it's like a special variety marathon, that's one thing. But I'm making content, you know, I'm making a long-form react content. This has to be something that's got to be taken seriously. I'm trying to add insightfulness. I can't do that when I'm buzzed. You know what I mean? I'm not going to sit here and be a stupid idiot and watch something serious, you know, watching content that's, you know, this is meaningful stuff. I'm trying to add commentary. I'm not going to do that during react stuff, no. Excuse me. Okay. We're winding down here, guys. Last chance. Anyone has anything else you want to ask or anything? Any last minute? Anything. In fact, I just got another tip. Thank you to whoever this was. I just received a $5 tip from Arkham's Best. Now that I'm looking through your public domain movies, they're either really old or obscure. I'm actually not sure how well that would do for a long-form react, but I think it would be cool for you to react to a movie like Nosferatu for a Halloween event. Nosferatu. I've never seen Nosferatu. It's so old, it definitely is public domain now. I've never actually seen the movie. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, that might be neat. That certainly could be neat for something like a marathon-style event, right? For, like, Halloween. Yeah, I could see that. Oh, my goodness. Oh, crap, man. The other thing is today, so now I can't open my window anymore. I have the air conditioner in. So that means all I can do is turn on fans. With the fans on, it's 84 degrees in here right now. And we didn't even have sun outside. It's 84 degrees. Luckily, I didn't turn on my air conditioner, like the air conditioner portion. All I did was the fan today. But it's going to be stuffier in here now. These marathons make you feel really uncomfortable. In fact, as soon as I'm done here, I'm going to quickly film the daily wrap. Then I'm going to open the door and try to air the room out. Because the room is so goddamn stuffy in here, you know? Oh, I know all about Cyberpunk Edge Runners. Cyrax, no, I would not interview Cyrax. If you haven't noticed Cyrax, I'm really done with people trying to get me to watch Lalcow stuff, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not interested in it. I'm just not. I don't want to think as myself as a Lalcow. I don't want to think of others as Lalcows. I want to do meaningful content. I don't think that being involved with people like that, you know what I mean? Like, LTG I have history with. There's been back and forth between us over the years. We're both Street Fighter players at some point. You know, there's kind of a thing. That would be an interesting interview. I don't know anything about Cyrax outside of what you introduced me on my React show. I don't really care to learn more about Cyrax. I'm kind of not interested. All right? I don't take offense there. I just don't really care about that guy. Okay? All right. Well, I'm going to adjourn for the night. But I'm going to leave you guys with one final thing. All right, ready? This is the first time I'm mentioning this. This is a world exclusive for the 342 people that are on the stream right now. And probably for all the idiots who are illegally restreaming and capturing for their own devices, too. I have an announcement to make for you guys. And probably none of you even know anything about this. You ready for this? I was saving it for today to talk about it for the very first time. You ready? I hope you're ready. I'm serious. You guys are going to be interested. Now we're down to 335. So when I announced this, 7 people quit the stream immediately. So I said, hey, there's an exciting announcement. 7 people quit the stream. That's good. That's a good sign. Okay. Are you ready? Alright? Without revealing any specifics, because I know what's going to happen is the beans are going to end up getting spilled, and it's not going to be by me. Because I never spill the beans about this shit. It's always someone else that does it, alright? But I'm just going to put it this way. I am in early talks to be involved with an exciting project. Alright? It's something that I absolutely, positively know that people will be interested in. This is not like, oh, it's a maybe or whatever. This is absolutely something 1,000,000% people will want to see. And I am in early talks to get a project rolling this year. Okay? And it will happen likely this year. You know, hopefully, I would hope, if things come together the way that I'm hoping, it would happen by the summer. Alright? Let's put it that way. What is it? Well, I mean, here's the thing, I could tell you everything, but nothing's at all set in stone at all. We're in very early development stage. Let's put it that way. Alright? So, you guys, I'm sure you can all speculate as much as you want. Already there's people being crazy in the chat saying ridiculous things about what you think. It's none of that, I can tell you that. But it's definitely something that I know people are going to enjoy, and it's something that I would be interested in doing, and it's in talks. Alright? When I have more details, more updates and things for you guys on this stuff, I will let you know. For now, nothing is set, so I don't want to kind of spoil anything. But for those wondering, yes, there is some interesting stuff going on behind the scenes that I haven't. This is the first time I've even mentioned it at all. Alright? I haven't even mentioned it once for a moment yet until this very moment. But, you know, there's potential. Let's just put it this way. There's potential. Whether that potential will actually be realized remains to be seen. I feel there's a lot of potential for something cool to happen. But we'll talk about this once more is known. And more will be coming soon, I think. I think, you know, relatively soon, there'll be more to share with you all. But for now, I'm just going to leave it nice and vague so that you guys can try to speculate on what it is that I'm talking about. I'm sure now people will ask me for more details, and I'm not going to give you any. I'm not. I just want to start building some anticipation that something is in the pipeline